Howdy, Banger Pals. Blayne Smith welcoming you to another Metal Monthly Bangers Monthly look at what's coming out in metal releases. And boy, howdy, am I glad I don't have to come up with a new theme song on the spot for every single episode anymore. Thanks again, Andrew Lee, for making a great theme song for the show. And make sure you're following Andrew Lee on YouTube. He's been putting out really great content lately. And, you know, we love another metal guy on YouTube that's talking about metal and not deathcore. Anyways, as always, I've found you the 5 best underground metal albums coming out every month, including in November when lessers are out there ignoring these releases and already making their end-of-year lists. But before we get to that, I've got a little calendar because November is surprisingly packed, so there's way too many records to talk about, so here's just a rundown so you can, you know, get out with your pre-orders or whatever. November 7th, Drain is releasing Is Your Friend on Epitaph. Omnium Gatherum is releasing May the Bridges We Burn Light the Way on Century Media. That is a very unwieldy album title. I need to reset my mouth. Pupil Slicer is releasing Flesh Work on Prosthetic. November 14th, close personal friends Bellwitch are back with Aerial Rune, releasing Stygian Bow Volume 2 on Profound Lore. Void Ceremony is releasing Abditum on $20 spin. November 21st, another banger pal, Danko Jones, is releasing Leo Rising on Perception. Morbicon is releasing Lost Within the Astral Crypts on Tank Crimes, and you can't stop them from releasing records no matter how old they get. Striper is back with The Greatest Gift of All on Frontiers. Greatest gift would be, no, I shouldn't say it. Anyways, November 28th, you've got 1349 releasing Winter Mast on Season of Mist. Blute Us Nord is releasing Ethereal Horizons on Debumer Morty, and Phobocosm is releasing Gateway on Dark Descent. I garbaged a lot of these ups, but I don't care. I just want to talk about the records I want to talk about. So now, my top 5 underground metal albums coming out in the month of November 2025. Up first, we've got Fessus, Subcutaneous Tomb, Darkness Shall Rise Productions, November 26th.
She's the white. Something your throat. But you so the rats. The soul dream prison of fear and pain.
Man, hot on the heels of last month's amazing death metal release by Heteropsy, we've got another amazing death metal release by Austrian band Fessus. They have a very not accidental Gorguts reference for the album cover, very overt. And normally on the show, not this show, I do this show on Twitch as well. The way I do it on Twitch is every Sunday at 4 p.m. Eastern Time. Look at every single album releasing 1 month in the future. That's how I find all these records.
What?
The most. Oh no!
What?
Oh no! Normally the songs that have the biggest immediate impact are heavy metal, and that makes sense, right? It's the partiest, beer-swillingest of the genres. You don't need a lot of time to parse and soak it up. It's kind of just boom, amazing out the get-go. But I'll tell you, when the weird tongue to a 9-volt battery squeeze of the depths of Leviticity hit, I lost my gosh darn mind. This is death metal that has an immediate impact, as you might expect from the album cover being an almost one-to-one with Considered Dead. Fessus are doing a bit of a Gorguts thing, which as Canadians we of course salute. They're a death metal band through and through, but there's just something like off about their sound in a very complimentary way. I love when you do some things that are a little experimental and out there, but then you just throw a layer of old school grime over the whole thing to keep the property values nice and low and keep away the prog types from trying to gentrify our little neighborhood over here. Be gone! Speaking of immediate impact, Speedclaw, Stardust, Dying Victims Productions, November 21st.
Sight is clear, no more fear. Going on and on. Disappearing from the town. Kills you on the lawn. Now you want like your beat that's inside of you. No way back out, here you go. Know what you gonna do?
guys are Croatian speed metal, and they've got a cover by my personal favorite cover artist, Velio Josto. And this could technically be a palate cleanse, but you can kind of count speed metal as thrash a little bit as well. So I'm slotting them here as my thrash pick for the month, allowing me to once again hit all the 5 main metal genre. Yay, he did it. The first thing you're gonna notice when you start the record is solo, because the album starts with no intro, no fluff, just straight into guitar solo. Might as well call them Alex Honnold with how they be free soloing, you know what I'm saying? The second thing you're gonna notice is bass. There is so much fat, chunky bass in this record that's got amazing tone. It stands out in the mix. Weird Nerds Rejoice, the most unsung instrument, absolutely dominates this record. Hell yeah. This has got to be some of the most involved songwriting I've ever heard in speed metal. It seems like these guys should be on Vyvanse because they can't sit still for a second. Wonder how I can pick up on that. You're gonna have a hard time paying attention to anything but the instruments, but we've also got that slight touch of ESL in the vocals that pairs so well with this style of metal. It's a phenomenal record, and it's nutty mode that this is their first full length. What the hell? Now we're gonna really slow things. Really slow. No, slower. Slower. Yes. Oromet, The Sinking Isle, little combo release by local label Hypaethral Records and Transylvanian Recordings, comes out November 7th. This is Sacramento, California Funeral Doom, which is a weird 4 words strung together. We've got an utterly perfect album cover by legend Ted Naismith. So yeah, 3 songs, 42-minute runtime. We are in Funeral Doom territory on the Funeral Doom scale, because yes, even these micro-genres have such a wide berth. Comparing, say, Bell Witch to Wormphlegm, this is on the sad but pretty side, not the dear God, what is happening to him side. It does have harsh vocals because, of course it does. I'm recommending it. Don't sing to me, please and thank you. But it's got that real beautiful guitar tone that only comes along with really great Funeral Doom. It's just nice. It's like a warm blanket on a cold winter night. You can just snuggle up with it, and there's a lot going on here. It might be Funeral Doom, and yes, there are some long ambient passages. It's 3 songs. They gotta fill out 42 minutes. But when the boys be clocking in for work, they ain't taking a 42-minute bathroom break. Though, we cover for homies that do. Boss makes $1, I make a dime. That's why I'm shitting on company time. Of course, it's also a 2-piece. And yes, if you like Bell Witch, there's a 99% chance you will also like this, but it is distinct and different, and as I was typing this exact sentence, my wife came down and was like, is this Bell Witch? That's not a joke, that actually happened. So they do sound a lot like Bell Witch, but they are their own band as well. Guess what's next? It's a black Olde Throne, Megalith, Avantgarde Music, November 21st. So that's Death, Thrash, Doom. Last one's heavy. You know this is atmospheric black metal. Love a painted cover by Misanthropic Art. Damn, great month for covers and just cover artists that I love. It's just a good visual month. So this record starts as an atmospheric-ish black metal album. It's nice and washed out, but not as faded as some atmospheric stuff can get. It's even got a little bit more aggression in there, as well as some fun leads, which are a little more dynamic than the hypnotic snoozing, which I love, normally provided by atmospheric black metal. Once we get about halfway through the record, though, we get folk in the form of flute, tribal drums, and throat goats singing. And when that's happening, we are full on Lord of the Ringsing it up in here. Like, you could cut an AMV to Return of the King with this, the way dudes used to do with, like, Naruto and Linkin Park. Thankfully, Olde Throne are smart enough to not overuse these elements, as a Ren Fair is a fun place to visit, but I am not trying to live there. Very cool record, and nice to have a little surprise out of New Zealand that I thoroughly checked and doesn't have any connections to some of the unsavory side of New Zealand, so good news all around. Metal Monthly is brought to you by... Can we see any of these businesses well enough for me to make a gag? Probably not, and it's just a gag. It's brought to you by you, because we have a Patreon campaign. We give you content back. Sam's top 20 metal albums of all time is done and up there. Videos, bonus features, uncut interviews, the whole shebang. So if you're just like, give me more metal content, there's a whole pile of it sitting on Patreon just waiting for you. Thus, we come to our palette cleanse of the month. It's Creatures with Creatures 2, High Roller Records, November 14th.
Looking right at a mirror reflection in your eyes and screaming semblance of deception. You're not fooling me anymore. I wanna live in the world that was so deep. Somewhere you hide out of blood. It's in your I know you're just another devil in disguise.
This is a Brazilian heavy metal album, and we are blessed by a double Velio Joustal month. Look at that. I wished it into existence. So, first, those mustaches rule, and when I first saw the music video, I immediately ran upstairs and shaved a mustache, because hell yeah, mustaches, which is a great segue into the question, do you love the 80s? I certainly do. I was born in 86, which means I've got real fond childhood memories of the decade. It also means I'm turning 40 next year, which is horrifying. It also means that I love this 80s vibe heavy metal record. I am a certified turbo enjoyer. It came out the year I was born, and it's amazing, and if you don't think so, you can go to hell, and this album is scratching that same itch. This also sounds really German, which I guess is why it's on High Roller Records, but it's from Brazil, which means, oh God, I hope it's not German. We love Germany. We love South America. Germans in South America? Uh-oh, how'd they get there? Oh no. Woo. There's a lot of in-the-chest sing-along moments in here. There's a lot of moments that make me go like this while I'm cooking to my wife. And this is one of those records you can listen to on repeat forever. My only complaint is they didn't release it in July, because it's a summer record, and god damn it, this is making me realize how long it is till summer again in Canada. Oh. So that's been it for the month. What do you think? What are your records? Are you starting to work on your end-of-year lists? There are a bunch of... Oh my god, there's so many records still coming out. Lamp of Murmur's coming out. That's one. I didn't even mention Lamp of Murmur off the top. There's a lot of records. It's an exciting month. Let me know.